Hello there, I am Ara, aka I Eat Zebra. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the events from Star Wars' Bad Batch, Episode 5, Rampage. Also going to be uncovering a few Easter eggs and making some predictions along the way. So let's get to it. I love the way this show is giving us a lot of character development, and this opening scene displays it perfectly. Omega is overly joyed as she receives Crosshair's old comm device. Tech is fitting it for her wrist and putting it on her. Omega jokingly calls out, "Echo, what is your position? Over." Terrible accent, I tried. Anyways, I don't know about you, but when I would use a walkie-talkie as a kid, I would do the same thing, so I get why Omega's playing around with it. Echo, as always, want to stick to protocol and safety procedures, reminds Omega that the comm device is not a toy. Meanwhile, we can see Wrecker doing squats with Gonky in the back. Daddy Hunter then briefs us to where the team is heading now to gather more information on the bounty on Omega. They are off to Ord Mantell so Hunter can meet an old informant, Cid. Ord Mantell has been featured in other Star Wars media in the past. During this particular time period in the show, the Black Sun crime syndicate would be in power on the planet. We have seen them featured as members of the Shadow Collective, founded by Maul. The planet being the base for a large crime syndicate should paint the scene for the location the Bad Batch is heading to in this episode. The team lands on Ord Mantell, where they go to meet an old Jedi Informant Cid, in what looks to be a casino or a bar. The boys first meet Cid, but don't realize it is her because she pulls a Yoda and pretends to not know who Cid is. Omega, being the smartest of the crew, figures out that it is indeed Cid, and they go off in the back to discuss business. The terms they come to in their negotiations are if they fulfill the bounty to retrieve a kid named Muchi from Zygerian slavers on behalf of Cid, Cid will get them the information they are looking for on Fennec Shand, and some credits. They agree, and the Bad Batch is off onto their next mission. Wrecker complains about his head again. I've mentioned it many times, but this is going to come back around. There has been consistent reminders of his head hurting. Where the inhibitor chip is, it is only a matter of time before something goes off. The team then locate the slave traders. They leave Omega on the ship while they infiltrate the base the slave traders are hiding out at. As the boys are taking their positions, they are caught off guard by a Brezak and then caught by the Zygerians. We have seen a Zygerian on a Brezak before in Clone Wars when Anakin rode on one with the Queen Mirage Sintel. We cut back to Cid talking to someone in Huttese. I was so excited because as soon as I saw this, I knew we were getting Bib Fortuna. I expect we will see the Hutts at some point if they're going to be working as mercenaries and most likely for seedy people. Also, everyone seems to find a way to Tatooine, and this would be the perfect way to do so. Omega, in the meantime, was able to hide from the Zygerians as they search the ship for any additional troopers. Omega sneaks out and decides to look for the rest of her squad after calling them on the comm device with no response. The boys are being held with a few captives. Two of them are Felines, a father and a child. The child they presume to be Muchi. Omega and the boys spot each other as she hatches a plan to free them. Echo then signals to Omega to retrieve their gear. That is when Omega encounters a young Rancor. As we assume Omega is being caught, she shows how quick of a thinker she is, and she has already freed the Rancor. The Rancor going on a rampage. Get it? Like the episode title. Anyways, the Rancor goes on a rampage and provides a perfect distraction for them to escape. As they are freeing everyone, they learn that the Rancor is actually Muchi. The team devises a plan to get Muchi back so they can collect the bounty. While this is happening, Muchi is kicking the Zygerians' ass. Hunter faces off with the head slaver while Tech and Wrecker go after Muchi. Omega and Echo lead the others to safety. On the way, Omega picks up a very interesting weapon that attaches to her arm. It almost looks like a crossbow. Muchi is facing off with the Brezak and causes it to flee. Tech tells Wrecker that he would have to establish dominance to subdue Muchi. While Wrecker is fighting with Muchi, he gets hit in the head again. Wrecker and Muchi continue to fight until he tires her out. Bib Fortuna finally makes his full on-screen appearance and goes to Cid to collect Muchi. I think Muchi is the Rancor that we see in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi's mom. Not the same one, it's mother. As that is still about 20 years in the future from the events happening in the Bad Batch. They then collect their bounty as Cid debriefs Hunter on the information she has gathered on Fennec Shand. Cid tells Hunter that she doesn't know who hired her, but she's working off a direct commission according to the guild. We see the Bounty Hunters Guild featured prominently in The Mandalorian. Cid warns him to be careful of Fennec Shand, but also lets him know that she knows the bounty on them is high, but she is good with secrets. And that is where the episode ends. I believe we will be seeing more of Cid. She can serve as a resource for the team to get work when they're running low on money or supplies in the future. I mentioned it before, but after seeing Bib Fortuna, I would not be surprised if they end up on Tatooine at some point in Jabba's palace. A reunion with Muchi, perhaps? We first encounter Fennec on Tatooine, plus the Mos Eisley Cantina is a perfect place for the Bad Batch to end up. I feel like a broken record here, but yeah, Wrecker's inhibitor chip is going to cause some trouble for the gang in the future. There is just too much attention being brought up around it for it not to pay off. It is definitely the Chekhov's gun of this season, so only a matter of time. Well, that about wraps it up for today's video. What cameos would you like to see in this upcoming Bad Batch season? Me personally, I would love to see Cad Bane or maybe even Boba Fett at some point. Leave your answers in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for the rest of my Bad Batch coverage. See you next time. Bye!